Hello, my name is Scott Grusky. I'm a life coach at freedsoul.com, and I thought it might be helpful to share a little bit about my background so you can get a sense of what it might be like to work with me. It wasn't too long ago that I'd hit an all-time low. I'm talking all-time. My best friend had just died from cancer. My legs were riddled with pain from a soulless tech job. My daughter was battling COVID-related anxiety, and my love life was on the rocks, to put it mildly. Oh, and I'd just been freshly diagnosed with PTSD, a consequence of my having been abandoned by my mother at age 5, who was innocently trying to address her childhood trauma. And then being repeatedly sexually abused by my father, who was battling his own demons, needless to say. Please know, though, I don't say this to win pity, but rather to showcase my humanity. Strange as it may sound, I view every traumatic event that ever happened to me as an enormous gift. Because if there's one thing I'm 100% sure of, it's that we've all been wounded in one way or another. Our brains register trauma in our neural tissue going back at least 500 years. Yet the incredible thing, the truly revolutionary thing, is that we do not need to be defined by our trauma. We can use it as a springboard for enormous growth and evolution. The key factor is how we process each thought passing through our mind moment by moment. Like many people, I tried traditional psychotherapy for years, and it provided little relief. I also read a zillion self-help books, but the confusing thoughts swirling inside my brain just wouldn't stop the relentless invasion of my psyche. No matter what I did, no matter how bravely I faced my stuff, they were always there to remind me that I was unworthy, unlovable, invisible, unseen, valueless, unbelonging. You get the picture. Fast forward through decades of feeling lost, utterly lost. Occasionally, I'd experience a momentary flicker of hope when some insight or another captured my attention, but it never stuck. It never even came close. Until one day, while listening to a podcast called Rewilding Love with Angus and Rahini Ross, I happened to come across an understanding known as the 3 principles, which revealed with utter certainty that we don't need to take our thoughts seriously, not in the least. The mystery of it all is that I felt a profound calmness overtake me the exact instant I heard about these principles, long before I truly comprehended them. If that seems a bit woo-woo to you, I get it. It did to me too. I'd always been a logic-based, highly academic person. BA in math from UCSB, MA in economics from Harvard. So I would have never dreamed in a million years that something like this would happen to me. But it did. Day after day, week after week, the feeling of calmness grew, and my confusing thoughts relaxed their grip. I still had my thoughts. I just didn't feel any great need to listen to them. Instead, I trusted my instincts. I began consulting my heart instead of my head, and I just kept rolling with the curious process taking place within me. And then, something even more mysterious happened. One bluebird morning, I glanced out the window at the Wasatch Mountains, which were absurdly gorgeous. They go kind of like that. And I realized, dare I say it, I was happy. I, Scott Grusky, a man who'd been wrestling with his demons since age 5, was happy. Not every waking moment, of course, as I still had plenty of ups and downs. But my overarching experience had shifted to one of happiness. And the amazing thing is, I hadn't actually done anything. I'd just stopped taking my thoughts so damn seriously. By merely giving less weight to them, the walls of doubt and self-loathing that I erected in my own mind began crumbling away, like castles made of sand, as Mr. Hendricks would say. Today, I'm pleased to report I still feel happy. I pursue my passions with relish. I skied 84 days this year, and I enjoy many wonderful moments with my family, as well as with an ever-expanding collection of friends. But more important than anything, I move around on this earth without attaching any great significance to the observations of my little brain, because I'm immensely more interested in the wisdom of the universe, which all of us can freely tap into when we allow ourselves. And it's so much more interesting than the sometimes misguided ramblings generated by the neurotissue in my skull. What really thrills me beyond belief is the prospect of sharing this understanding with others to help them find the same profound calmness. You see, I like to think of myself as a freed soul, freed from years and years of being held captive by my thoughts. And I'm on a mission to do some serious jailbreaking for my fellow humans. After all, each one of us is meant to be a freed soul. That's the other thing I'm 100% sure about. And there's no better time than right now to unshackle yourself from self-imposed bondage. So, if you feel called to work with me, fantastic. Let's get started. My one requirement is that you be 100% open to life-changing transformation of the highest order. You'll know when you're ready. If you're not sure, then you're not ready. And that's totally okay too. It's just a matter of time. Thanks so much for listening to me. I'm Scott Grusky at freedsoul.com.